And we are live for GM. And GM to the chat. We are live. Please let your friends know. We're going to get this tweeted out. We're going to get notifications sent. We've been off for a week and a half, and we are back. Very excited to have Burr back in the guest co-host seat. How are you doing today? We can see you this time.
So much better. And I didn't realize this whole like influencer light would like just like shine light on the day that is me. But here we are. And I'm in my office. I have like 2 lights. I even have a microphone, Prof, but we didn't hook that up yet. But I'm going all out.
You gotta get the good mic hooked up and everything.
Yeah, you have a professional co-host in the making. And shout out to Ramsey.
Very exciting.
In the nicest way, told me, Burr, you have to get a light. This is ridiculous. Nobody can see you. And I'm like, I'm like, so
okay, I do not believe in the nicest way part, but yes. No, and I love you, Ramsey. I'm just kidding.
I think because I feel like anytime anyone comes to me with like any kind of criticism, I'm like, I hope she's not going to hate me for saying this. No, it's okay.
No, totally not. And I'm just getting this all tweeted out. Making sure that everybody knows we are live. Very excited for today's show. Getting it all out there on Twitter. See, I have to do all the notifications myself since Adrienne's been gone, so you got to bear with me for just a moment.
No, being a 2-man like team of anything when you're down.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's been wild. So I've been really appreciating her. I appreciated you more, Adrienne, since you've been gone. I will just say that. Very excited. We are going to chat about all the news. So much news to get to. We are going to dive into it all. And yes, we are going to dive into the rainbow clanker of it all, for sure. Before I do that, I have my mug. And I just want to shout out to Chompix, who shared that he got his finally. We had an issue with our little shop. And sorry, Chompix, that it took so long. Glad you finally got it. And thanks for shouting it out on the timeline. I see you in the chat. So I wanted to give you that shout out as we get started. And now we're going to get into our official little opening, and then we will be back in 40 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, NounishProf and Adrienne, for another episode of GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Wednesday, September 24th, and you are here with NounishProf, and I almost said Adrienne, and Burr. Or 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. And yeah, we've got a lot to dive into. Also, I just realized when I said it was the 24th that tomorrow is my brother's birthday. So happy birthday, bro, a day early. By the way, I loved your when you did the announcement that we were going live. Love it.
When
Oh, look at this. Kat likes your hoodie. I see Kat in the chat. Kat, we were just talking about you before we went live and just how much we love you. So that's all. Amazing. And very excited for today. So let's get to it because we've got a lot to cover. And I don't know if we're going to get through it all, to be honest. We might just leave some of this for Friday. But first thing was this from Dan yesterday. Team is working through a gnarly feed generation issue. I love the word gnarly used here. I just thought it was funny. It gave me a total 80s throwback. Feeds in the Farcaster app will be borked for a bit. Sorry for the hassle. Sent from base app, which is unaffected. There you go. Nice to have options. Love that. Then we get this from B, and this is long. This is very long. So he says, here's a deep dive into what caused this painful outage. Tap into the thread for details. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but the bottom line was that the new token pages that they've created were causing some problems with all the embeds. And it was causing this problem, it was causing it to fail. And then the feed would just get completely gnarly and disappear. So it has now been fixed. They had to, it looked like a pretty big job here as to what was going on. I think it took them a while to figure out what was causing it. And then it took even longer to fix it. And I don't think they fully fixed the problem. Like, I think they found a workaround kind of thing. And so, yeah, but very interesting. So there you go. What I loved was this Farcaster isn't down. Everybody just blocked you, hon. So thank you, Cameron, for feeding the paranoia and the insecurity of us all. Appreciate it. And this from our friend Jeff Goldberg. This place is actually much better with DWR's interesting content filter applied, where you just get nothing to see here.
Well, it's funny because I was getting just stuff that I had casted. My following feed was just all my Jeff's right. It was all interesting content.
It was just you. It was just all you could see was yourself. It's just
all me. This can't, am I casting that much? This can't be right.
It's gonna be right. So really funny. So if you had any issues yesterday, it wasn't you. You actually are interesting. It's okay. It's okay. You weren't alone. You weren't alone. You could like get to the content if you went to the person, like if you search, you went to the person's, because I was able to do that, but you just wouldn't see anything on the feed. So again, we're still in beta. Things happen, More news from Farcaster. Farcaster will be day one infrastructure partner for Tempo. So Tempo, if you don't remember, is going to be the new blockchain for Stripe, which Stripe bought Privy. So they've been working with the Privy team. So there's a whole connection here that makes a lot of sense. And Tempo had announced on Twitter, but not on Farcaster, which these things are making me crazy. But so Tempo, come on over. Today, we're announcing Tempo's first infrastructure partners to enable the high throughput, low cost global base layer for any kind of payment, wallet services, stablecoin orchestration, on-off ramps, developer tooling, stablecoin link cards, etc. So you can go to Twitter to see this full list, but Farcaster was mentioned in there with a lot of other large list of businesses that will be part of this first launch. So very exciting. Very exciting to see that. That is very cool. Moving on to a little bit more local news, if you will. The rewards leaderboard results from yesterday. Top 10s got that dog in me with Bratwurst back at number 1. We love the Bert. I'm sorry. Like, get over it, people. We like the dog. You're just, I think what people are having a problem with is that we like the dog more than them.
Well, I think people are coming to terms with the reality that dogs are just cooler than people, and our board proves it. I mean,
he did it, but I didn't even pull this. But there was a video yesterday of him like rolling around on the grass, and I probably watched it 10 times.
Well, then he also asked for someone to spit in his mouth the one day, and I was like, this is why this, somebody said this is dog's number 1. I'm like, they're not wrong. Bratwurst is great in the versus cute in the grass. Bratwurst probably just deserves to be up there, but I'm gonna give Bert a run for.
And I saw that. So you're going for it. You're gonna go make a run. And by the way, this is the way you have to do it at this point. Like, you have to make a conscious decision if you think you're gonna be anywhere in that top 10. That is hard. I would even say top 30. It is hard to crack.
It's brutal. I'm not the most motivated for this kind of stuff. So like every week I fall in, and you and I were fighting over 69 for a while. Brad mentioned that we're the middle class, and I'm like, you know what? The middle class does fine. We get $30 sometimes, but when the week started, I was like number one for a couple hours. I was like, is this the week I'm going to do it? I'm like, Toady would like this. So, all right, we'll try this.
We'll try this. So, help a girl out, get in there, like her stuff. Let's see if she can make a run for it. I love this. I love the, and this is to me what makes the leaderboard fun. Treat it like a game, not like it's generational wealth, because it's not.
It's a challenge. If you treat it like
a challenge. Yeah.
Right, man. It's a huge undertaking. Like when you make that decision, like I put out a cast of all the things I casted that day. It was like 12 different casts. And normally maybe I'll cast like a couple times a day, but it's like you got to put in volume and you can't spam the timeline. It's got to be unique stuff. So it's tough.
Absolutely. By the way, we have a question for you, Burr. What kind of rage drink are you drinking?
So today we have, I hope Monster starts paying me as your co-host for your show, sponsor. We have Monster Rehab.
Rehab. Okay.
Yeah. It's very tasty. It's not carbonated. So if you're someone who doesn't deal with carbonated milk, Monster tea is very good for you.
Okay. There you go. The more you know. There you go. We had, when we were at Eat Denver, this is like a famous funny thing that happened. We were at Eat Denver the first year that we did the broadcast booth there, and it was Liquid Death was sponsoring the event. So they had Liquid Death on the thing, and then they also had these, for reasons unknown, shortbread cookies that they were also giving out. So Liquid Death and a biscuit became like our rally cry, and it was just really funny. If you go back to those, by the way, those are so unhinged and they were hilarious, and it was a really funny couple of hours, and it's worth a watch because it's really funny. And there's just like, you see the Liquid Death sitting there, and we're just like, sponsored by Liquid Death. And we're like, not really, but we're happy if you'd like to come sponsor. We're open. We're open to Liquid Death sponsorships. Okay, moving on. So Liquid Death and a biscuit. I miss it. We'll be running it back this year, hopefully. The other thing that happened yesterday, particular to you, is you finally picked up BUT. Amazing.
It's been a journey too. I put it in the tweet or in the cast, but and I could be making it up in my head because I do know that there's a poker player with this name, but the person who was squatting on this ENS has been squatting there for 4 years, had up there for 6.9 ETH. I almost like broke patience. DM'd him one day, like maybe a couple years ago in like the bear market, where I was like, maybe he needs the money and he'll take like an ETH for this ENS. But I said no, I stood firm, and here we are, 2025. ENS is mine.
Adrienne is also, I don't know if she got it yet. She was trying to get Adrienne.eth, and it was the same thing. She was waiting for it to expire because somebody was just sitting on it. They weren't doing anything with it. So congratulations. And it totally messed me up when I was searching for you earlier because I typed in too many R's and I couldn't find you. And then I was like, oh yeah, she switched. That's right. That's right.
They're gone.
Meanwhile, over on Twitter, in weirdness, SBF tweeted GM, and everybody went one parenthesis what? Except for Bad Stu, who said one parenthesis fuck off, which that cracked me up. Yeah, like no. And also, how do you have Twitter access in freaking prison?
The lawyer must have phoned it in because the comment right next is like, oh, this is SBF's friend. He's obviously not tweeting from prison. I'm like, oh yeah, he would never be tweeting from prison. He would never do anything illegal.
I was just like, what is happening? The guy's done a podcast from prison. Now he's tweeting from
prison. Then I have.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Prison sounds just fine, I guess, because apparently I can still work if I'm in prison. Like, what the fuck? Anyway. Also, Vitalik has suddenly been casting again. For a while, he was kind of quiet, and he's been casting a lot. And this was one of those casts. Low risk DeFi can be for Ethereum. What search was for Google. Very interesting. Go give it a read. But also he's casting bangers like this. Today I learned Wolfgang Mozart's middle name literally means ask me anything God. And I was like, random, but okay. And then I had Amadeus, the song, stuck in my head for hours after this.
Maybe he's trying to make a run at the leaderboard. You don't know. Maybe he wants to be number 1 too.
Ooh, you know what? And he could do it. He might be the competition this week.
I tell you, please wait till next week. I have enough trouble with this dog. Please wait.
I can't take the dog and Vitalik in the same week. Well, it's not gonna work. So funny. So funny. All right. And this, before I forget, gonna be hanging out with the Little Nouns tonight over on Twitter, 8 p.m. Eastern. The Little Nouns, Lils and Friends. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. So come hang out. It'll be a good time. Okay. So hold on while I bring up all the many links I have to bring up for our whole other topic. Hold on. Please hold 1 moment. I've had to start like sorting these out. So my Clanker ones had to go in a whole separate place.
There's a lot of good ones.
There's a lot of them. But while those are opening, we also had some news from Clanker this morning. They've been talking about this. When Dish was here with us, when we interviewed him fairly recently, we were talking about the sniper tax, and it's now live for all token deployments. This is Clanker SDK version 4.1.21. It's an 80% tax that's applied to early buys to prevent large amounts of token supply being purchased. This is the sniper tax. So decaying to 5% over 15 seconds, after which it's turned off. So essentially just trying to make sure those bots that are getting in there as soon as something launches are paying a little bit higher price than taking advantage of this. So there you go. That's exciting. But then in other news, okay, here we go. Here we go. Buckle up, people. So 2 days ago, I guess it was, I'm like, when was that? Rainbow announced that they're releasing Rainbow RNBW coming in sometime very soon, Q4, which starts like this week or next week. So coming very soon, and talked about the token, why it's a big deal, what's new, all of the different things that they're adding to Rainbow. Great thread. You can go take a look and see all the things. By the way, we love that. Sorry, just saw the noun and had to stop. Okay. So then, out of nowhere, they dropped this. Rainbow's proposed consideration and treatment of Clanker token holders as part of a broader proposal to acquire Clanker. So this was yesterday. So this letter goes on and puts out a proposal about acquiring Clanker, and in particular, a lot of focus on the Clanker token and token holders. Again, you can read this for yourself. I'm not going to read the whole thing. So when most people saw this, and I'm going to guess you had a similar reaction. When I saw this cast, I thought, oh, wow, they just dropped this on the Clanker team, like out of nowhere. Like, this is kind of interesting and odd. Oh, our special guest just popped in, but we'll get to them in a moment. So I thought, this is odd, but interesting. Okay, weird. And then we get a message from Jack Dishman. Last month, Rainbow approached Clanker about a potential acquisition. After some discussions, we decided that it wasn't the right fit and let them know last Thursday. On Friday, Rainbow reached back out, threatening, we'll just put threatening in quotes here, to publish a public letter if we didn't respond. After we told them again that we wouldn't be going forward with the deal, they published the letter today without our consent. We are not excited about working at Rainbow, especially after how we were treated, and we don't plan to continue the conversations. Clank, clank. Okay. Then we had this from Rainbow. To begin, you came to us to talk acquisition first, and we were, and still are, excited about what Clanker and Rainbow can do together. We had come to terms in our previous discussions, the same terms we posted today. You left it with us as a done deal with some housekeeping on your end, and then you cold shouldered us. What happened? Sharing the letter was hardly a threat. The Clanker community is as much a part of this as you are. Today's price action shows that they think this is a good deal. Well, that's debatable. The market has spoken clearly. Clanker trading shows today strong support for Rainbow's proposed transaction. We care about the Clanker community and remain ready to close. If you believe there is a better path for Clanker holders, we invite you to put forward an alternative proposal. What's the plan? I think Nikki Sapp summed this up better than anybody else could. And whole thing weird. Whole thing weird. Nailed it. Whole thing weird. Okay. So within this proposal is a lot of focus on the Clanker token holders. I think it's important to note that the person who most benefits from that is actually Proxy, who owns the largest supply, who's no longer with the Clanker team. Please, go back in time and remember that issue. So there is more benefit there for him than actually the team in terms of what is proposed regarding the token. Also, part of this, the way I'm reading it, and I am not privy to anything behind the scenes, but what I take this as is it's also an acqui-hire, meaning they are giving an offer to the team to work at Rainbow. And what I take it is that they're just not interested in working at Rainbow was part of that, if I got that right. The whole thing was very weird in terms of the public nature of it. And I do want to highlight a couple more things, and then I'm going to turn it over to you to talk a little bit about this. There were some funny things too with like people, like this one, new season of Succession just dropped on chain. I love that. Camilla saying, can somebody explain what happened with Clanker today? I got 4 hours of sleep, so I'm pretty slow. And Trisel Rainbow tried to acquire them. Clanker said no. Rainbow announced trying to acquire them. Clanker said, fuck no. That's like, good summary. Zapper has a proposal for Clanker, which is actually pretty funny and was very creative, very similar letter. But actually, if it's real, it's interesting.
Derek from Native is the one who started this whole meme format. I think after I sent you that cast, I saw the root of it. It was really good.
So it was funny. So those were funny. There was a really good cast by It's Basil. It's very long, but I think Garrett did a nice summary here. Sub 10 million cap with minimal founder ownership is a strategic handcuff. You can't raise, can't defend, can't negotiate, control enough supply to stay flexible, then lock it long enough to prove you're serious. So kind of touching on what I was mentioning. And it was, I think there's a good summary here. On-chain activism is here. Yesterday, we saw something unprecedented. Rainbow issued an open letter to Clanker holders. It was to the holders. It really wasn't to the Clanker team. And that was odd, to acquire the company, et cetera, et cetera. I think you had I wanted to share this cast, and then we'll chat about this, and then we'll bring up our special guest who's waiting in the wings. Moment of appreciation for the Clanker team. They have had to deal with overwhelming adversity. They've had to keep building through all of this. All of them are real people who read all of your comments. Very important. At the end of the day, Clanker has brought insurmountable visibility to this platform, and we should never forget that, regardless of how we got here. Next time you see Moon Poppy or Dish or Lobster or anybody else in the reply streets, shoot them a positive word. I'm sure it will go a long way. Humans first, traders second, clank, clank. And I loved Dish's comment here. I needed to hear this. Thank you. Oh, I wasn't even showing that. I was reading it and not showing it, but there you go. Okay. So Burr, what do you think?
So when it first happened, I had turned to Kirk and I said, is there like a world where they have not already agreed on something and now this is like the next public step? And I was like, and I think the way I worded, I think it was actually a comment to Kat, was this whole thing is bizarre. Bizarre is actually I couldn't wrap my head what it was, but then actually when I read the post from Basil, it kind of really all made like a lot of sense where the strong arm was coming from. Like I realized that in my perception, the Rainbow team tried to use the community as the leverage against them to rise up, the war call, the price token increasing. Like, let's get the community, put that pressure on, and they did. But I after I found out all the correspondence, and actually I really don't care like who said, he said, she said, based on what is out there right now, it feels like it was intrusive. I don't know, like it just seems like we didn't get our way, and now here we are. By the way, I don't have a Rainbow wallet. I've been meaning to get one, but I'm just like such a diehard MetaMask, like Stockholm syndrome victim, that I'm still have MetaMask.
Same.
And
Same.
I've been and then they dropped this airdrop thing with the token all detailed. And now after today, I'll be personal. I'll give you a personal testimony. Like, I'm not sure I want to even like get the wallet, because what is going on over there? It's like, this is really bold shenanigans for one of the biggest wallets that we use in crypto. It's just kind of crazy.
Right. Right. And I think about, I love the Rainbow team. Love the Rainbow team.
Love a lot of the team.
Love Mike. That's why this whole thing, I go back to Nikki, whole thing weird. like it just seems very unusual for them. It seemed like a really strange approach. Very strange approach. Yeah.
So there's two things. One, I had also said to Kirk, like, okay, well, if they said no, why did Rainbow think that this is the way to get this deal done? Like, I would be like, no, I never want to speak to you ever again. It sounds like an X, but I do. So then there's the flip side of this that I'm not advocating. I'm just going to explain it from a non-biased point of view, because I don't own any Clanker. I understand that there are some tokenomics issues, or there's some legal stuff that was going down behind the scenes, and the holders really want some sort of answer. However, there's like a right way and a wrong way to go about doing things. And it's just like, I see all of the replies on the timeline, and the people just are speaking at the Clanker team as if they're Amazon. Like, it's just, they're just like spouting off and saying like such hateful things. And I'm like, they didn't ask for this. And now it's public. Now they have to shitstorm. I don't envy any of them. And I do like both members, all the team members that are involved in this. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah, totally. And the other part of this is, again, I think it's really important to understand the tokenomics behind this. Clanker, the token, was launched in a strange moment where they were still testing things. It has a much smaller supply. And also, this was early on where you couldn't do a dev buy. You couldn't lock up any tokens. Like, none of those features existed yet. So it was the only Clanker that they own is the Clanker they bought themselves, or that they've earned through rewards. And it's that, again, it's the early version of this. So it's not even that much. So there is a problem of incentive alignment here because of that. And that was all just a weird, situation.
Yeah.
So does the Clanker team have an obligation to go work for a company they don't really want to, and do something they don't really want to make token holders happy when they don't even have like that much of the supply of that token? Like, it's weird. So
actually DM'd our Toady, our Betr chat, just me, Toady, and NetNose, and I was like, I'm like, hey, just a random musing. Like, if somebody buys Betr, do they buy Burr? Because I'm not like, I'm okay with that. Like, it depends on who it is, but I'm like, what happens? Like, when did hostile takeovers start getting attempted on the timeline? Like, why does Clanker have to say yes to this? They don't. So, I mean, why are other people like in their face about it? I don't know. It's really.
So, but I do get, but on the other side of this, I do get token holders feeling confused, feeling like, where they had, but I think a lot of that is coming from expectations and not anything that the team has said or done. It was expectations just from, speculation. So I don't know. I think they had a lot of discussions and things they wanted to do around the token, and they still might, but like it's just very odd. By the way, this is really funny. The GM Farcaster is saying, "Mama had enough." Whole thing weird. Yeah, whole thing weird. It's gonna be our new thing. Whole thing weird.
Whole thing weird.
Yeah, really, really, really. I think okay, and Bert
Yeah,
is
I was just
being Bert is a kind soul. That dog's got a heart. Benefit of the doubt, Rainbow team was just really excited about the deal and didn't pick up on the vibes the Clanker team was giving them. Quite possibly.
so
Again, love the Rainbow team. So that's why I think that's why this whole thing is sitting so weird with so many of us, is like, this is so out of character. It's just odd for this all to be public. All to
so
be public. Yeah.
doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, and I do know that, like, and I've worked with enough founders to know that they're so out of pocket when it comes to tweeting and casting that, like, you can't stop them. So I've seen a lot of like faux pas made in public on social media when they shouldn't have been.
Yep.
So, but this just feels like so big that it had to pass multiple eyes before it
Yeah.
went to, right. This wasn't just a one-off, like, oh, hey, I'm going to spout off because I feel like doing it. This was felt, planned, and coordinated. And I just wonder about the decision making to, because
Yeah.
once you uncork this genie out of the bottle, you cannot put it back. But
Exactly. Exactly. And I do think, and I know Mike had posted something also. So yes, I do think this was a full thing. And I just think it was just a bad turn. So hopefully everyone can recover from this and we can move on. But from what I saw, a lot of people were not happy with the Rainbow team. Like, as much as like some of the token holders might have been upset and pushing for this deal and upset with the Clanker team, what I saw mostly on the timeline was a lot of people kind of calling out the Rainbow team and going, whole thing weird. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, there's a lot of I think we're all in agreement. Whole thing weird.
I will just say one last thing, just
Yeah.
to try to stay human. And even if you hold a large bag of clanker or you feel really strongly about the Rainbow team, like, I would just step back and say, would my mom be proud of me for casting this? Sometimes I had to like do a mom test, and I just feel like some people should reach down deep and find their humanity a little
Yeah.
bit more. So, just slinging all these hateful shit on the timeline, it's not good.
No, not good at all. Okay. I'm going to bring up our, okay, we're going to move on from Rainbow and Clanker. I'm going to bring up our special surprise guest who just came in from Mongolia.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. So
you.
fun being backstage, not getting to comment at all about
Do you have any
Clanker and
comments
Rainbow.
before we jump
No.
into just talking about your trip? By the
No,
way,
Burr,
Adrienne is a
mwah.
long Rainbow user, like dedicated Rainbow user. So it's really funny. Like,
Oh man, when
it's
I was
like your
dipping in and
parents
out,
fighting.
totally.
It's wild.
No, I'm glad I didn't have to have opinions ready because I am jet lagged. Oof.
Yeah. So let's so she's like, oh, I didn't realize you were going on so late. I can jump in. And I'm like, all right. So Adrienne, just getting back from this insane trip that you took to Mongolia. Incredible. We have to talk about the Eagles. We'll talk about that in a second, but here's you on a horse. I don't know where this is.
That's the airport.
And this is the desert, like crazy. But let's go back. We have to discuss the Eagles because I may have made a faux pas.
Okay. Hilarious.
Okay, so Adrienne said she was going eagle hunting. I may have expressed to a couple people that I thought you were actually hunting the eagles, and they were a little disturbed by the fact that you were killing eagles. And I'm like, well, it's Mongolia. It's not the US. They're endangered in the US. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing. Can you explain the eagle hunting, please?
Totally. By the way, completely legitimate. Like, I understand why you get confused but yeah, eagle hunting is different than hunting eagles.
Thank you.
Eagle hunting is a like 4,000-year-old practice that was developed by the Kazakhs, and they learned how to hunt with eagles. they train eagles to hunt with them, and it is wild to be there in person. So there's an incredible documentary called The Eagle Huntress
Oh,
that I think it's about 10 years old, but it won some awards. It did the whole film festival circuit and got some popularity. So I think that's when people started hearing about this. And every year it's like the first weekend in October, there's like the massive big official Eagle Festival. We went
cool.
there's like some earlier Eagle festivals, smaller ones. So I got to go to an Eagle Festival. We got to go on an actual eagle hunt with the Kazakhs. So they don't need to hunt with their eagles anymore because they have rifles and guns if they really wanted to hunt. But it's like, this is a tradition that it literally passed down from father to son for so many generations. It's like a pastime. It's like leisure. They're super proud of this. And they really keep it alive. So we went on this hunt with like 10 hunters. They came
Very
in,
cool.
they're on their horses, and like, you're just scouting massive, like desert mountains for fox. And then when they find them, they're galloping over, they let their eagles loose. The eagles do the dirty work for them.
Okay. So I'm glad we were
they ride
able to.
horses with eagles. First of all, do you see me holding the eagle? I could barely lift it just like with my arm holding it. They're so big and heavy. And they
That's
have
crazy.
this cool little like contraption attached to the saddle that they can kind of rest their hand on. But they're galloping at like this fastest clip ever, holding eagles. Like they're so talented. It's wild.
Amazing. Amazing. These pictures, by the way, are insane.
Insane.
Your pictures are insane. You were all over the place, like so many different. Here was your I loved this, by the way. GM from a different base camp. When we were up in Vermont, you were here, and here's the little houses thingies that, what are they called again? They're not yours. But there's something else.
Yeah, they're called Gers. GER.
GER. Gers. So this is where you were living and sleeping. And where is the one where you're like, nope, that's not it. There was one where you're like, and I just took a shower for the first time.
Right.
Like 9 days.
Showers,
like,
showers a stretch. Showers a stretch because
I was like,
it was a camp shower. Anyone who is
I've never camped. So I don't know what that is.
This trip was kind of hardcore. It kind of even tested me a little bit. Like I was almost at my limit of camp.
Yeah, I could never. By the way, this is hilarious. POV, you're in a vodka fueled dance party in Kazakh with your 30 new best friends, and there's a rainbow horse head. Okay. Would you like to explain the horse head? What is happening
there was a lot of vodka. We're very close to Russia. Vodka and oh my God, the Mongolians and the Kazakhs. Okay, and to clarify, so we're near Kazakhstan. We're with the Kazakhs in Mongolia, which are different kind of tribes and ethnic background from the Mongolians, similar heritage, some different. But yes, vodka plays a big part. They make yak milk vodka.
Okay.
Yeah, it's vodka. I don't know how that actually works. I didn't get the recipe. Anyway, a lot of vodka. We would party with the Kazakhs, and then they would go to bed. I'm sure we would all go to bed, and then they would continue to drink vodka for the rest of the night. But we did a few dance parties in the Ger. It's fun.
Okay, cute. A lot of fun. She texts me this, by the way. That was the moment we were like, you texted me something, I forgot. And I was like, oh, hi. And then you were like, okay, I have to go off to a vodka fueled rave. And I was like, okay. Then this was really cool too. Felt making, very cool to experience, I'm sure. Did you actually get to do anything, or was it just watching what they were doing?
Mostly watching. We could kind of like participate a little if we wanted to. They humored us, but it is like, how do you make felt? It's literally, you see all the yak hair or that's in that bowl, or it could be sheep fur or hair or whatever. It's literally just adding water to it and manipulating it and massaging it kind of in a way where I think the lanolin starts to bind, but they roll it up really, really tight. And it's just this motion. I have a video of it of just kind of like using their bodies to roll. It's, yeah, a lot of labor goes into it.
Wild. This was really funny too. Boys Will Be Boys. Altai Eagle Festival Edition. The wrestling while on horses was a whole other level. And I love that you, Euler Lagrange, got tagged in this for some weird reason, which I thought was really funny. And this is so funny. And my whole urge was like, stop it. Stop it.
Just
stop it.
Okay. Anywhere you look, you're just like, the boys were wrestling. Fine. I get it on the floor. I don't even think you can tell that they're wrestling on the horse. They look like they're hugging.
Yeah. But they're clearly wrestling. That's funny.
Like 8-year-olds on horses wrestling. Where are the moms? No, like, they don't. They're just, it was amazing.
Be safe. And then you also went on some camels, I guess. Did you ride the camels or just see them?
Of course.
Amazing.
Of course.
Amazing.
Also, I did. Okay. So I was filling out the customs. Is this not being recorded?
No, it's not recorded. Don't worry. It's not
filling
everywhere.
out the customs form yesterday, and I did have a thought of when they ask if you're in close contact with livestock. What does that mean?
Can you be more specific?
What does that mean? And then anyway,
I would think that's let's say cattle that's being sold or something. Let's go with that. Not like just riding horses,
like a pet camel,
like a pet.
Yeah.
Then only want one thing. Zoom in, and this was like he's on a like motorcycle or something, dirt bike. I would assume. Yeah. Very cool. But your picture's amazing. And then this. Okay, explain this to me. How does this not get stuck?
I don't know. I'm not the mechanic of the group. We had 7 of these, like, whatever, Land Cruisers. They weren't all Toyota. Like, they were all similar cars driving us around. Okay. There's not one road. There's not a bridge. Like, you're just in the mountains. There's rocks everywhere. So this was all glacial. It was all glacier. What do you call the landscape? I don't know. It's all glacier. So it's literally rocks everywhere. So it's not like easy. We're just going over. It was very, very bumpy. And then there'd be all these like rivers and streams, and they just rode across them. I mean, listen, there's tons of suspension in these cars, big tires, but maybe they're just tall enough.
I don't know. They must be like adjusted so that they don't stall out, because I have hurricanes. I've driven through puddles where I've got my car stalled out and it had to sit there for a while until the puddle like dissipated. So
I did feel like I was in a car commercial because there was 7 of them. And, again, there's no road. So you can just kind of do whatever road you want, where all the drivers are racing each other. It's just dust coming out the back of them. And I was like, I finally understand those car commercials. Like, because usually we're driving these cars to do soccer pickup and carpool. Not crossing rivers.
Not so much.
This cast, by the way, I think did the best of all my Mongolia casts. People really liked the car driving.
The car driving through the river. Yeah. And all of us saying the same thing, like, what? How? This is really cool. This was petroglyphs in Western Mongolia. Pictures carved into rock as opposed to painted, ranging in age from 11,000 years ago to just 1,200 years ago. Just 1,200 years ago. But really cool, especially if you zoom in a little bit. Very cool to see and pretty amazing when you think about it. Reindeer. So that was their, I don't know. Hunter, eagle hunter. The reindeer, I don't know, something for Santa. I guess it was Christmas, but just kidding.
I think it predated Christmas.
Pre-existed Christmas, yeah. And then some food. You shared some food.
Yeah.
Amazing. Love this. This is very cool.
Did you see all the fox pelts in the background?
No.
Yeah, it was so sad, especially for me. But if you look at the back of along the wall, those are probably
like right here,
hanging fox pelts.
Yeah, sad. I know when you said that what they were actually hunting for with foxes, I'm like, that's funny. And then lastly, where my baby Mon is buried, R.I.P.
Oh, no.
tried hard and got it to level 9 until it perished due to overexposure to mountains and nature and lack of Wi-Fi. So
Never
it was so close. And Matthew sent me a little extra, I forget what they're even called, the little.
yeah, the energy. Yeah.
I couldn't believe how slow it takes to go from like level to level.
It does.
And it's like, and I put in that effort those first few days of like kind of travel. I was checking in. I got to level 9, and then I pulled up my phone the next time I had Wi-Fi, and it was like, your baby mon is dead.
Your baby mon is dead.
level-
You can revive it. You can revive it. It'll cost
know.
you 1,000 clankermon. It's okay. What were you gonna say, Burr? Sorry.
She was level 9. She only had one more to go before it incubated into a real life mon.
She tried. She tried so hard. But I thought that was really funny. Amazing. Oh, I missed a really good toady. Oops, here it is. Adrienne bringing the hump day vibes on the camel.
Oh, haha.
Yeah. I have to get that dad joke in there, Toady. It's too good. It's way too good.
Of Toadie's better ones.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
Look at the
Amazing.
Look how blue the sky is. Can you
I know.
I am
Incredible.
Yeah, I'm not here. I'm not back in.
You're not really back. I know.
I'm not
She's
back
like,
in real
I
life.
can pop in today. And I'm like, I don't think you're ready.
I was in bed about 20 minutes ago.
But I'm glad you popped in to say hi, just so we could show some pictures and talk about it. And then you'll be back on Friday.
Yes.
And
I have missed you, Burr. Thank you for filling in. You're incredible.
You did great.
All the good takes.
Got a new light and everything. She's starting to ramp up her setup.
Oh, maybe I should do the same.
Maybe just a thought. Just a thought, maybe. Amazing. Okay. Anything else you want to share with us before we let you go? And then we just have a couple quick things to finish up with.
My brain isn't here.
You're not here yet.
But I was listening to the base camp recap. I was a listener on the plane yesterday. I downloaded.
Love it.
Yeah, I was listening to the base camp recap and last episode.
Did you see that
yes.
CJ got engaged with and
yes.
I wasn't even there? Still mad.
I wanted to cry. It was incredible.
Incredible. Absolutely
Congrats,
incredible.
CJ.
I still can't believe I missed it. But yeah, it was amazing.
But missed you all, and thanks
missed
for.
You. And that was the question I got more
show.
than any other question. Where's Adrienne? And that's when I said she's off hunting
killing
eagles. And it all went bad from there.
If any entity is watching this, Adrienne did not kill any eagles and
killed no eagles.
Filled out her customs correctly.
But I killed a baby mon, but we're okay killing fox. What foxes we can kill?
I know, that's sad.
Eagles are
beautiful though. All right. Well, thank you so much for popping in. We love you.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We got a couple more things to dive into. I want to jump into what's happening with Betr, and then we have a few other builder things to dive into. You had posted that, or Toady had posted this, and you had reposted this about the staking stack pot. Hadn't been won yet, but then it was won like not long after this. So it's already gone.
Doing my prep and my notes for Betr, and I was talking to the guys like, what do you want me to mention? And it was crazy that it hadn't been hit yet, and then it hit this morning. But every month
who won it, by the way? I didn't think I saw that.
It was X-Born Idea, I believe.
Okay.
Somebody said that they staked 50 million today, spun the wheel and hit 50 million.
No way.
But I did read that right as I was coming into the show.
Very cool. And this from Toady, big week ahead in the Betterverse. Here's what to look out for, and it's a lot. Round 1 of Ponder Betr Battle. So that's been really fun, where you're basically voting on a particular piece of art that'll be minted as part of Betr. So go check that out. I believe all of this is in the Betr channel. So that's the a good place to look for these things. Rips app goes live with their new community packs, and Betterment is one of the first ones available, including Betr and 9 other coins from projects who have supported us since day one. Amazing. We introduced a brand new, by the way, Toady, if you want me to add some extra in there, I'd be happy to send you some. We introduced a brand new way to earn better karma. Very cool. Friday, Oxen's Neon Chain Summer Peace drops at 3 p.m. That's exciting. Very excited about that. Tuesday, which was yesterday or next week, new artist initiative goes live with our friends at DAO and Tippin. Spin to Claim goes live for official OG BB NFT. Wednesday, final leaderboard snapshot for the Better Bomb Season 2 community airdrop. Thursday, airdrop Spin to Claim goes live. Betterment Season 3 begins officially. So that's exciting. So big week at Betr. Anything else you want to share? Poker's been really fun. You've got one more staking poker that'll happen on Sunday. I keep having not even bad hands. I keep going, oh my God, I really don't have time for this. Fine, all in and just see what happens. And it usually doesn't end well. I got taken out by, I think it was Jelly last night. And it was like one of these things where I'm like, I think they're bluffing. I'm staying in. And I was like, oh, not bluffing. Shit. All right, I'm gone. So what are you gonna do?
Poker is one of those things, like you start playing with someone and you have this like preconceived notion about who they are, like on the timeline, and then they do something in poker and you're like, I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know they bluff me with nothing, Girex or whoever sending all their chips. They seem so responsible on the timeline.
I know, exactly. Yeah. So I was like, but I really was like, I think they're bluffing. I'm gonna do it. And I was like, all right, well, I gotta get back to work anyway. It was one of those kind of like, what are you gonna do? So we really had it, but it's fun. Oh, you know what? Bert needs a poker tutor, and also opposable thumbs help. But I think we should schedule a little class. Would be fun. We could do it just for the better people, and we do have a little webinar thing we can use within here. So if you're interested, I'd be happy to help you out with that.
Run it on the same software we usually play with the videos and stuff, and we could just, maybe that's something we could do. It'd be really fun.
Yeah, let's talk. I'd be happy to help with that, and yeah, because I could use some. I need to learn more as well.
We'll do that.
I play mostly on gut, and I don't play as much on like how I should. Like, so that's something I could use as well.
I think that people are poker, crypto, or any kind of risk adverse environment, that patience is going to reward dividends over the long haul. And I have proof with that ENS that I waited 4 years for and didn't have to pay all that money for.
I think that's a really good point, because whenever I'm patient, I do much better. I have had time, and somebody else said that to me. I forget who it was, but somebody said, you're just more patient than I am. And I sometimes I am, and there are times when I'm just like, oh, fuck it. But the times when I'm patient is when I do well, for sure. Like 100% every time.
It's real gratifying. Like by the end of it, at the end, this ENS, somebody said it was validating. Like, yes, I waited for the right reasons, and now here's my reward. I get XYZ, whatever it is for XYZ. But no, patience, it's a tough one to master. And I feel like people who have kids should have more of it than people that would think. But I feel like maybe sometimes kids just break your will and patience anyway. So
yeah, I was gonna say, how did that work out when you had the niece and nephew? How was your patience? How was your patience?
I like he's with that, right? Like no patience at all. You're just like, well, fuck it. You can't understand. You're not understanding what I'm saying. You're too young.
Yeah, I am not necessarily a patient person by nature. It takes work for me. So funny. All right, we've got a few more things that I wanted to cover. Let's see if I can even bring them up.
I have
go ahead.
A couple more better things. We were going to mention
Go for it.
Jackpot, but just so you know, at the start of every month, the wheel will reset. Every day, someone can hit for 1 million better. Every week, someone can hit for 10 million better, and every month they can hit for 50 million. So keep an eye on that. Ooh. And that's what would incentivize people to spin every day, because every day you get one chance to hit those.
That's the staking one you're talking about, right? Yeah.
Every day you can every day, but if you don't worry, it accumulates and you can just spin whenever you get to it. Also, if you've noticed, the round taking longer. So if you're one of those people that was like, I can never make those better rounds, we've adjusted it so that the prizes are limited to the public at one at a time now. So it doesn't go as fast. Before you could spin and like just take 10. And that's why it was minting out so fast. So now we've adjusted it. You have to mint one at a time. And so if you were missing, try to get in them now, boost up that karma for the Betr bomb, which Toady had stated on the timeline, the different timelines for that. And if you're one of the people that's worried, are you going to be included in the Betr bomb? I would just say, if you're using the app and you're, we're not trying to exclude a lot of people. We're trying to include as many people as we can. Just be a good community member and spin the wheel when you can. Then one more.
Love it.
Matcha Mondays, we're wrapping up with our 4th and final Matcha Monday this week, where they sponsored 4 really great rounds highlighting art. And I really love these protocols that come in. They're like, how can we support the community in a positive way? And almost all of them land on some sort of art initiative. And I just love to see all the neon art on the timeline. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I love the neon art in the timeline. I love, we love Matcha. Matcha sponsored this show. We work with them on events as well. So appreciate them. They're always down to help the community. And also Wong, if you're not following Wong, you should, who works with Matcha, but just also posts banger content all the time. That's hilarious. So follow him. And also congratulations, Michael. You just got married. So our friend from Matcha. So amazing. All right, a few more things, and then we're going to wrap. We're going to fly through these pretty quickly. This from Jesse. YC just did a request for on-chain startups. YC and Coinbase RFS build on-chain. So this is exciting. If you've been wanting to work with Y Combinator, go check this out. They are specifically looking for people who are building on-chain. Very exciting. This from MetaMask. Apparently, it is token airdrop season. Will MetaMask launch a token? Yes, 100%. Okay. And of course, our question is, would you mind turning around, Burr, really quick? Because we have a question. Yeah, there we go. And the question would be, when? When MetaMask? When? That is the question. So we don't have an answer. This from Wallet Connect, introducing Wallet Connect builder rewards. Earn weekly WCT by using Wallet Connect tools and packages, contributing on GitHub, building on Base. Over 1 million WCT rewards ready to be distributed. Start building. So if you are wanting to build with Wallet Connect, go check that out. This from our friend Garrett. No idea what this is. I'm playing Founder Mode this week. It's a game where you become a startup founder, pick a category, recruit your co-founder, and then roll the dice on a VC. You score points based on the mind share increase of your category and the alignment of your startup. Check out the video and mini app below by Play Mini. So that is also a new token that's out, but it does have a fee. Like, I think it's like $50 to play or more, depending. So just be aware, but kind of cool. This from Shield Coin. The iconic shield has been unleashed and is live on Base. Shield is the ultimate pro crypto symbol adored by Coinbase and fans around the world. Every shield buys support would stand with crypto directly as we work to help protect the future of crypto. Shields up. I know nothing about this project. I don't know who's behind it. I'm assuming that they're actually doing what they're saying they're doing. They have said that they've donated already, I think about $1,200 to stand with crypto. So cool initiative. And I'm taking them for their word. Let me see what else. Lastly, I think this is my last thing. Yep. From A-Town, officially introducing Try Emerge. In-feed AI content generation platform. Create workflows by tagging Try Emerge with aesthetic direction. Emerge agent will reply with a mini app for your content engine and produce the first generation for you. Other users can pay for personalized versions of your workflow, and you earn rev share on each use. Add the mini app to get notified when your outputs are ready. We're monitoring all activity and planning on an airdrop post TGE for users who spend money trying workflows, creators whose workflows generate money. See how it works in the screenshot below. And this has been really fun. Really, really fun. So I have done a few of them. This is my Lego.
Oh,
Lego one is freaking adorable.
yeah, very cute.
Love the Lego one. This was Burt Wurst. Burt Wurst created the Dachshund persona portrait, and mine looks like my dog, my actual dog, who is brown like that. So it's kind of funny. This was the neon one from Toady. This is the Betterment one, the neon glow up, and I love this. I think these are so cute. It did it really well, by the way.
They do the neon really, really good.
Really well. So these are really fun. I've loved seeing so many of this stuff on the timeline. It's been really fun to see. And I think you were doing one too, a pointillism one.
I tried. I've been playing with it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's basically just an AI generator, right? And we're paying to use it. But
Yeah.
what I like about it is like kind of this this idea like, oh, what does my PFP look like? Because I have like a realistic PFP, and after some drama with people trying to sell my face in these packs, I was like, maybe I should get a new PFP. So I'm kind of on the hunt for something to use other than my real face out there. And this Tri-Emerge has just been like really, really fascinating, like trying the different styles that Todia put out and whatnot. And then the idea behind sharing it. But Kenji Quest, who's from one of my so-called online brothers, made me one with, and then personalized it with the Betr chips. That might be one to go with. Was from
That's cute. Yeah, that one's cute. Or you should try this, maybe the neon. But yeah, it's really fun. Go check it out. One last thing. Did a little update to the extra token that we've been using in class, and just wanted to shout out Alestra Dora, who's somebody I know from Nouns, who did the art for me because I had just done a quick AI thing. We did it, very last minute, and I was like, I need a better, logo for this and something cute, and she did a great job, and I appreciate her. And just wanted to share that also. You can go ahead and read this on your own, but it was really fun. I had a class Monday night, and we did tokenomics projects. They had a tokenomics project that they had to do where they had to create an idea for a coin. There is one that I think they might launch that I was like, okay, this one actually could do some numbers if they do it right, but we'll see. And it was really about like thinking through the tokenomics. What do you put locked up? How do you approach the whole thing? How do you make it fly? What's a good idea? How do you grab attention? All these different things. And then showing them different tokens and how they've done that, themselves. I actually did talk about Betr and a few others. And just like, this is how you continually get attention, and how the difference in like looking at charts. I'm like, okay, let me show you. And we launched a token in class. I was like, let me show you the extra chart. This is a typical meme coin chart. You've got the bot buys, it goes up, and then it crashes down here. And then we were also able to like, okay, what happens when we burn? Oh, look at that. Now you can see the changes in the chart and things like that. So we burned some tokens. So really just kind of going through and showing them different impacts and how activity changes, what happens with a coin, and getting them to learn that, and also doing send and swaps in class. And holy crap, still hard. Still hard. Send is easy. They got that from Farcaster easy. Farcaster swap, they swapped from ETH to Solana, no problem. Getting them on Matcha and Uniswap, holy shit, that was more work. Like that took some, like there were some weird things with like not detecting chains and all this stuff. And I was, like even now, in the year of all Lord 2025, still there's, it's still hard. It's still hard for newbies. So I'm really glad that I put them on Farcaster this semester, because it is so easy. And if you have newbies, honestly, I think that's the best option right now.
So one of the things I love about, I have you on Notif, so I read all of your content. And one of the things I really love is when your students review the mini apps. And honestly,
Yeah.
some, starting out mini apps could pay you and say, hey, can we use your class to tell us, give us feedback on this. How does the UI feel? Was it intuitive? Like, your class is the target demographic for who we would love to have on Farcaster using the mini apps. And I just feel like there's a way for you to monetize your class to even just credit for it, even if it's small. Just like, oh, someone gave us $100 to try their app. Everyone use it and write their feedback for it. And you'd be surprised what comes back from new people, because if you're used to Uniswap and MetaMask, you're just like, okay, this box pops up, but for new people, this is not intuitive at all.
Nope, not at all. And it surprised me because I mean, and these are 20 somethings. This is not, I'm doing a crypto for seniors class, very different. Like senior citizens, very different audience. I will not be onboarding them to anything actually, but unless they really want to be. But I mean, they should be able to get this quickly. And if they're having trouble, then everyone is. So it's been really interesting to see them, what they take to very easily and what gives them a challenge. And it's been, it was fascinating. It really was. So yeah, learning curves are interesting.
We fail at things, and I'm like, how the fuck are we failing at this? Because we know how to do, like, your shit is definitely a mess if I'm having trouble, even though I'm not the most savvy person. If I run into like multiple problems using your first time, I probably don't use it again. So that's
you get one shot, really. You get one shot. I would say, so I gave them, they had to review mini apps for an assignment, and that was just done within the class. And then I gave them an extra credit that if they posted it on Farcaster in the FGCU channel and tag me, I would give them an extra credit point in the class, and then also some of the extra credit token, which ended up equaling about $6 or so.
Okay.
So yeah, and you would think more of them would have done it. And I'm like, I can't pay you people to do things in here. And it's really funny. I'm like, and they were like, oh wait, we were getting paid that much for, I'm like, yeah, if you had done it.
Yeah. Well, that tells you have to denote your prices in USD, right? Because if you just tokens,
I know.
Learn something about okay, I have to tell them what the amount is.
Yeah, exactly. All right. That is it. Oh, that's interesting. They think you should do one that turns you into a playing card. That's an idea.
Okay.
That would be a cool workflow. That's interesting. I like that idea, Bert. Good idea. All right. Oh, go ahead. What'd you say?
Always, you have to be really specific with these things, with the workflow. Like, the best workflows have very specific details that go into it, because it didn't understand what pointillism was. But I'm gonna work on something after this.
Yeah, good.
Fine.
I love it.
All my tactics.
I love it. And that's it. That's it for us. We will be back Friday. I'll be back with Adrienne. She's back. So I'm very excited to have her back, but it has been so fun to have you here. I appreciate you so much filling in and coming out to help us twice. So thank you so much. And I'm definitely put you in the rotation for our backups. You've done a great job.
You can always count on me, and I will keep upgrading my setup here. Maybe next time I'll even have like a background, like a better background.
Ooh, that's exciting. You just need, I think for you, audio, if we can fix your audio a little better, there's just a little delay. Like if we're talking over each other, but other than that, it's been way better than the first time. We could see you this time. So that was good.
Better and better together.
Better and better, and better each time. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Thanks for hanging with us. And we'll be back on Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. See you then. And with that, everyone, bye-bye.